It's been about 3 to 4 weeks since you had your hair colored, and now you've got some gray hair showing. You would love to go get your hair colored again, but it's expensive, and so you really need to draw that time out. So today's video, I'm going to be covering some different kinds of root cover-up. I'm going to start out with the kind that would cover a larger area. So this is for the person who has probably a whole head of gray hair, and when it grows in, you've got very distinct lines of a different color coming in. We're going to have to do a little bit of pretending here because I do not have an all over gray. I have the smatterings of gray. I absolutely do have gray. So we're going to actually have me color in some of my actual blonde hair, and I have some blonde highlights and you can see them, and there's different areas where it's a little bit more distinct, and I'll be showing you those. So I'm going to bring you in closer and let's see what would work. First, let's cover one that's very popular. This is the Color Wow Root Cover-Up. I am in the medium brown. These are the claims. It says it instantly covers gray and dark roots with no mess, fills in gaps for thicker, fuller hair, refreshes highlights, stays until shampooed out, and you can even swim in it. Reflective mineral powder for seamless natural look, and it's one compact will equal one full year of use. It will not last between washes, but it will last if you go swimming in it. That's what it claims. That's attractive. It says to use the smaller end of the brush, so this small end right here, to dab it in, and then you're supposed to hold your hair tight and then push it into your roots and then up and go out. So I am going to dab it in, try to cover up this blonde right there, and we'll see if it works. So I'm going to hold it tight and I'm going to push it in. Okay, yeah, it definitely covered the blonde there. Let me get a little bit more. Obviously, this is more loose because it's not right next to my hair line, but okay, yes, it definitely covered that highlight there. Let me see if it'll cover just individual grays, which you guys are never going to be able to see, so I'm not going to even try to show you, but I am going to see if I see it covering gray. So I'm going to pull it back. Oh yeah, it's definitely covering little gray hairs. And I kind of don't mind it next to my hairline there. I think you need to be careful that you don't go outside of it. But I think that if you wanted to use this for a hairline and get it all filled in, I think this would be good. It does seem to work well. It does feel dry, but I wouldn't say it feels gross. I think it feels pretty good. I think that this is a pretty decent product. Again, I would not want to use this for a really big area. I think that would bother me. Okay, the next one we're going to use is called True Hair. It has the powder in the bottom. This works with gravity. It would just, you turn it upside down and the powder comes out. So I'm going to pull it upside down and then just go like that. I rubbed it in. So let's see what it looks like and how long it lasts and how easy it is to come out, because wetness would matter. I know that we don't think about maybe getting caught too easily in a rainstorm, but what about sweating? What if you've put this in your hair and then you're gonna go work out or you're gonna go swim? You don't want brown going down your face. So I'm gonna test those things as we go on my hand. Claims of True Hair says this root cover powder is specially formulated with thickening fibers and vitamin E to blend with your hair and cover root grow out. I am going to get it to cover the rest of my blondes right here at the top here and see how well it covers those. So put it upside down. I'm gonna kind of do it taunt. Okay, I don't see it completely covering it. Like I do see, my camera's getting dark there. I do see it covering, but I can see the variation in my hair color right here. So I'm thinking that it's not doing an awesome job. I don't know. I don't really like that too much. See what it does when you brush it. My highlights are diminished, but they were already starting to diminish because I was using the Wow one. So I don't know if I like that so much. I don't think this worked great. I don't think this would be my go-to if I had a whole line of gray. I think the Color Wow would work better, although it would take more time to do it. Let's see how easy it is to get off of skin. This has been sitting on here. It feels dry, like can it even rub off? Oh, yeah, it's diminishing even with me rubbing it. Let's see how easy it is to go off with just wetness. Yeah, it's still there, but it's not great. So this would definitely wash out, I think, in any kind of wetness. And it didn't claim that it would stay in your hair if you got wet. The next one I'm going to talk about is the Magic Root Cover-Up by L'Oreal. I have used this many times, so I'll just, full disclaimer here, I've absolutely used this many times. It's been my go-to. There are some things I don't like about it. I'll talk about that in a second. But this is a great product if you have a large area to cover. I have medium brown hair. I like it because it has that kind of nozzle and it's so much easier to control it. Okay, so if I had my hair where it had a very distinct line of gray, you definitely need to shake it, cover my face, and then you just cover up like that. And then you can see I got my hand a lot, but it didn't get on my forehead. Well, it did a little bit. This is a great product. I don't know if you can even see it. I used a dark color, but it definitely darkened in my roots there. The thing I don't like about it is it does feel a bit dirty and heavy in my hair. I don't like that part. You get this sense when you're putting something in like that, it feels like it may be like a dry shampoo. It's not like a dry shampoo. So that's the downfall. The thing that is good, you can swim with this. So all summer, if you want to get your roots covered up and go swimming, that's awesome. It says it will go through one wash. So this by far is the fastest. You're going to just put it in and go. I would not use this if I was going near my hairline or anything like that. That would be a disaster. It'd be very hard to keep it off of your face. The last all over color one is called Topic, and it's a hair building fibers. And its claims are, it is made of natural colored keratin protein. It blends undetectably with your existing hair, instantly making it look full and thick. So what you're supposed to do with this is to blow it, because this is a powder. You're blowing it with this thing into your hairline or into your hair area, and then you're supposed to pat it and then let it sit for a minute. Okay, so I'm going to put it on my hand. My hand's completely dry. Oh my, it's very hard to get it to stay on my hand, but it is there. You guys can see it. I'm supposed to pat it in. Wow, it really does not go on my hand very much at all. Like it basically blew off. So I don't know how it's gonna work in hair. Okay, I parted my hair in a way to show this empty area right here. This is an area that I have had some hair loss. And when I pull my hair back, like if I'm gonna pull it in a ponytail or something, I don't necessarily like that it has this indentation. It does it over here as well. This is more for those of you who might have a balding area in your hair. Maybe not even in your hairline, but maybe you just have really thin hair and you wanna basically build the color underneath on the skin area and making your hair look fuller. It says it's supposed to have fibers and undetectably you won't see it. Let's see. It also came with this. This is called a hair optimizer, and it's got little spikes on it to kind of look like a hairline. I don't know about this, so I'm gonna see if I can use it there. I'm gonna cover this. I also wanna see, will this cover gray? Is it just gonna cover the skin area and then I'm gonna have to still color the gray? I don't know, let's see. So I'm gonna put this here, I guess to cover my skin, which I can see I wanna do. And I'm gonna blow this. Okay, oh well, it's definitely covering. I'm trying to cover my blonde area right here and it's not. Okay, so I'm gonna pull that away. Okay, I don't like how that looks. So I'm not sure if I like this thing. I do like how it covered the skin underneath my hair. It says to pat it in, so I'm patting it in. Okay, that hairline is looking a little bit better, but a little bit too close to the edge. Maybe I'm just not used to it. Maybe nobody else would notice it. Okay, I definitely see that it looks like powder. Like, it definitely looks like that's not natural. So I'm not sure about that. I put it on this area to cover this blonde streak here, and it didn't do it at all. It didn't cover it. Okay, let me try to like clean up the area a little bit, have it go a little bit in to be a little bit more natural. Okay, it looks okay. I think if you're looking at me from this distance, it doesn't look bad. But if I were to be close to somebody, I don't really like that. And I do see gray hairs in here. It's not gonna cover gray hairs. Okay, so let's say you have your hair up in a ponytail or you have it in a clip or something like that, and you don't want to see your scalp underneath here. You don't want that line of white coming through, so it's just drawing attention to where your hair parts. So you want to fill that area in. Let me see if that'll work with this. So I'm gonna take it. Okay, it's very easy to aim it, but I don't see it necessarily. Do I have to just get closer? See, I feel like it's blowing it away. Okay, I'm not happy with that. It's just blowing it away off of the scalp area. That didn't work at all. So I don't really like this thing. It doesn't look natural on the hairline, and it just kind of blew off of my scalp. I don't know how that would work if you had it all over your hair. So I think this is a dud. I will also say it came with this like a sifter kind of thing on the top, and I had to buy this separately. I would never want to try to use this and then, on the top of that and try to do this on the top of my hair. I think I'd have powder everywhere. So if you're gonna try it, definitely get this thing with it, but I don't know if you want to try it. Okay, so for the all over color, I definitely think the best one is the L'Oreal Magic Root Touch Up, which is the cheapest one. So that's really nice. Very readily available. Amazon, any drugstore, Target, Walmart. I'm pretty sure you can find them all over those places. The Wow was definitely another one for a larger area. It would take more time, obviously, than this, but if you would rather have a powder than a wetness kind of spray going in your hair, then I would opt for the Wow. I think that this worked great. For more precision kind of root cover up, I have a few products here that I'm going to test out and see how well they work. Okay, I have found a very distinct blonde hairs here, so I'm going to try to cover them. And I also have that receding hairline here that I would like to fill in, and I'm going to see if any of these work better. This is from Everpro Beauty Gray Away Root Touch Up Quick Stick. This is more like a crayon. I'm gonna rub it on my hand, and you can see it's more like a crayon, but it does have kind of like it kind of clumps, but it kind of feels dry once it's on there. I don't know. It also has this sponge area at the bottom of it, the other side. So I don't know if, oh, well, that kind of just took it all away. So let's see how this works. All right, so I'm going to try to cover up just this one little blonde area right here. And I'm going to use the crayon, and I'm going to just go down it. Okay, it darkened it, but it didn't cover it greatly. I do see some grays in there. Okay, it did darken it a bit. I kind of don't like the feel of it. It kind of feels matted down. Let me try to brush it through. Okay, brushing it through actually kind of took it away. Okay, that didn't work at all. Let me see if I can get a closer up and see if it'll do an individual gray hair. Okay, I have one right there. Kind of. I don't really like it too much. I do see it. It does cover it a little bit, but I also see little clumps of the crayon in there, and that I don't like at all. So I don't think I like the crayon very much at all. Try the True Hair Color and Lift to Go. This is the same brand as this. So let's see if it works better in this type. Unscrew the top, and it has the color in the lid. So it's a powder inside the lid, a pressed powder. Obviously it's hard. And then it has a sponge. So I'm going to put this on my hand. Let me put a little bit more. Let me get the dark, I think this one's, oh yeah, let me get the darker one. So I use the lighter one on the top and the darker one on the bottom. So let me see how well those go. I'm gonna let them sit on my hand for a little bit. Let me load up my sponge. So you have to keep going in this, and it has kind of a spring in there. So I'm gonna load up the sponge, and I'm going to try to color this blonde right there. Okay. Coloring. Okay, I see nothing going on. Like, nothing. Let me try a gray hair in there. Okay, is it going on? Okay, I see nothing on there. Let me load up the sponge again. Okay, nothing is coming off. This is medium brown, so it should be able to cover a light blonde streak in my hair. So, okay, this is a dud. And I don't like that I'd have to keep doing that every time I want to load it up again. I want it to just go on. Let me see how it does rubbing it this way. Okay, you can see how it rubbed in there. And then let me see if it rubs off with water. All right, so no, I don't think this is a good product. It came off really easy, and it didn't really even go on my hair. All right, let's try the Magic Root Touch-Up Pen. So this is the same as this. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not the same. This is a spray and much more of a liquid. You can even hear it in there. This is a powder inside the pen. And that what you do is you click this to get the powder to go inside the brush, and then you use that where you need it to go to cover up your gray hairs. So let's try that. And I'm going to try it down here. I'm going to try it right here on this blonde streak right there. So I'm going to, it's loaded up already. You guys saw me do that. And I'm going to cover. Okay, that was instantaneous. Oh, my heart. Okay, I hope you guys saw that. That was like amazing. Let me get it on my hand, and I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and see how it comes off, if it comes off easily. I'm gonna see if this one will help an individual gray hair, which again, you guys are gonna have a hard time seeing, but I have a gray hair that's right here, and it's really like it's right in the front. So I'm gonna see if I can get it to color that. Oh my, it did it. Now I have to do it ever so lightly, but it did color that. See how it colored that dark area again? Now let me put some more up in here. Let me see if it will color in this area. Remember, I wanted to cover where it's a receding hairline. And I tried this, but it didn't work that well. Oh boy, that was a lot. Actually, that didn't look so bad. I mean, I didn't do a great job with, oh, it's getting, my camera's getting dark. I hate it when it does that. I didn't do a great job with the hairline, so I think it definitely would take a learning curve to figure out what would look good, but it colored it in, and even up close, like in the darker areas, I'm actually a little surprised by that. Like, let me rub. Okay. Okay, wow. It's hardly even touched my hand. Let me use wetness and see if it'll work. Okay, it did a little bit after rubbing it in. All right, I'm gonna try like a makeup cleaner wash. Okay, that's definitely what you have to do. So it definitely will take, but it's even still there a little bit, but it definitely took a lot off. Okay, so with just water, this is not going to be running down your face. So far, L'Oreal, you're winning. Let me see if the Color Wow will work better, and I'm gonna do it on this side. Hold on, oh, I have so much grossness in my fingers right now. But I'm gonna do it in the back here. I just kind of fill in. I liked that better. It filled it in. It doesn't look so powdery. I actually think that this one would have worked if I had done a lighter hand, where this one I did a much lighter hand over here. Here's what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using this for all over color when I need it. I do have a part where there's a lot of gray hairs within that part, so I just want to get it done fast. I will continue to use this. Now, I will tell you one of my little tricks with this that I have used is I get two different colors, a darker one that is closer to my original hair color. So whatever is growing in is a dark brown for me. But then I also have highlights. And so I also picked up the light brown, and light golden brown is this one. This is what I use when I don't want a distinct dark line because I've got highlights. And so I don't want to have this dark line and then highlights. That's kind of weird as well. So I will use this really close to my hairline. And as I get a little bit out, I will use this real lightly to blend in this area. So that's one of my little tricks to make it look much more natural. And because it goes through one hair wash, then it's going to last a pretty long time in your hair, because I don't even wash my hair every day. I wash it every third day. So this lasts a pretty good amount of time. If I'm just going to cover the gray and not actually fill in a dark, bare area on my scalp, I would use this. This thing worked great. The best out of all of these. Yay, that these are the cheapest ones on this. I'm pretty sure these are the cheapest ones on this entire table. So that's an amazing thing. I will keep this Color Wow because I really do like when I have my hair pulled back to be able to have this colored in and not have such a receding hairline, and it doesn't make it look like I've got blotchy powder in there where this did. So these right now are my go-tos, and I'm going to stick with them. The other ones are going bye-bye. I will see you guys in the next video. God bless.